work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your name's on there though, Karen.
it says Karen.
It's all right.
Okay.
Just
Okay, everybody, I think we should get started, because we don't want to take any more of your time than we need to. Hello there, everyone. My name is Herb Klotz. I'm going to be your MC for this evening. Welcome you to our President-elect Learning Seminar, actually our pre-President-elect Learning Seminar. And one of the things I will ask you all to do is to please mute yourselves. If you can do that, that would be great. So tonight's agenda, first thing we're going to do is we're going to introduce you to your 2026-2027 district governors. We're going to go through our schedule for PELS and pre-PELS. We're going to have a couple of additional Zoom sessions, and of course, our big event will be in late February in King of Prussia. This year again, we're going to have a leadership theme called Fans First, and two of our district governors are going to introduce you to that topic. We're going to talk a bit about Rotary's action plan, and then we're going to talk a bit about some Learning Center courses that we're going to ask each and every one of you to complete, either if you're an assistant governor or if you're a president-elect. And then to end it off, we're going to split you up into your 4 districts so you can meet face-to-face with your district governor-elect and ask any questions that you might have. So with that, let's get started. And we're going to introduce our 4 2026-2027 district governors. So batting first, next slide, please. Thank you. Batting first from District 7390 is Rebecca Zalin. District 7390 is in South Central Pennsylvania, and it includes the cities of Harrisburg, Lancaster, and York. Rebecca has been with Rotary for 8 years. She has over 1,000 volunteer hours and has led over 100 meetings. She's spent 3 years as an assistant governor, 2 years as a club president. And you're going to have to wait for her walk-up song until Liberty Pells. But Rebecca, would you like to say a few words?
Welcome, everyone. I'm very excited to go through this journey with you as we all get through our elect years and move into our 2026-27 year together. So looking forward to everything to come.
Thanks, Rebecca. Okay, batting second.
Jeremiah.
Well,
Change slide.
next slide. There a problem with changing the slides?
I wonder if Kevin is frozen. Wait, I just saw the mouse move.
It's changed on my screen, Herb, so.
Okay, well, it hasn't changed on mine.
it's okay. I'll just go ahead and allow.
There we go. Batting
You
second
can-
from District 7430, Jeremiah Sensenig. District 7430 is just north of Philadelphia. It includes the Lehigh Valley, Berks County, and the northern parts of Montgomery and Bucks counties. Jeremiah has been with Rotary for 20 years. He has over 1,000 volunteer hours. He's led more than 150 meetings, 6 years, a superhero as an assistant governor, and he has been 3 years as a club president. So Jeremiah, can you share?
Thank you, Herb. Yeah, those numbers just on me, and I don't know how to say no, I think. So hopefully we have a lot of president-elects that don't know how to say no either. So we're excited to have you on board and can't wait to have you all come to King of Prussia in February and meet you all in person.
Thanks, Jeremiah. Okay, batting third from District 7450, Carol Lerner. And I'm hoping that the slide comes up soon.
Yeah, because I don't know how Jeremiah got his up there.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
Carol's been 8 seasons with Rotary. She has nearly 500 volunteer hours and nearly 100 meetings led. She has been the Rotary Leadership Institute chair for her district for 3 years and 2 years as club president. So Carol,
Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a nice evening. As Herb told you, I'm Carol Lerner. I'm from Club Northeast Philadelphia, Cheltenham Rockledge. And it's been wonderful so far, learning everything with everything that we're going through as a district governor-elects. And we look forward to being with you and teaching you and just being your ears as you go into your president's year.
thanks, Carol. And then, of course, our cleanup hitter today from District 7505 is Bill Mercantini. Now, Bill has been with Rotary for 8 years. Wow, over 10,000 volunteer hours, at least 100 meetings led. He's had district roles for all 8 of those years. That's pretty impressive. And he's been 2 years as a club president. And one of the things that Bill has done, and I'm suspecting you're going to maybe hear a little bit more about this at Liberty Pels, is that he has created a Rotary for Recovery in Bordentown in honor of his son, Nick, who passed away in 2021. So Bill, I think you're on mute.
Mute.
All right, how you doing, everybody? I want to say hello. I want to tell everybody 7505 and the new district coming forward as we merge that hang on, because we're going to have a great year. I want you to know I'm here for everybody. If you need any help, you call me, and let's all learn together and let's make Rotary great. Let's show New Jersey that we have arrived.
All right, thanks, Bill. And now I'm going to ask Bill if he could talk a bit about what's the schedule? What's the learning schedule for our presidents-elect and our assistant governors?
All right, as you all know, we're here tonight and we're going to be discussing the introduction to the PE. We're going to talk a little bit about the AG learning plan. We're going to talk about the action plan tonight. The next pre-PELS will be more about Rotary's theme and its foundational basics, right? And then we get to go and hang out for a great weekend. This will be like my 7th, maybe, I'm the King of Prussia. It's always a good time. For those of you that have been there, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you that have never been there, it is a fun experience. You get to meet the people from 2 states. You get to meet people that are of like minds, and you'll just hopefully have a great learning experience. And then, of course, we're going to have a post-PELS in March sometime, and we're going to talk about the goal settings and Rotary Club and Club Runner. And for those who use the DAC BD, which is something I'm really not familiar with, but that'll be, it's more Club Runner in New Jersey. So again, just follow along on this ride, and it should be fairly easy. And for those that have been there before, it's a lot new stuff, but it's some more of the old stuff, and it's more of a refresher for those encore presidents. But I think you'll get a lot out of this. And the theme this year with this leadership on baseball, it has a lot of relationships to the action plan that we're going to be discussing.
All right, thanks, Bill. Okay, last year for our first time, we had a theme, and the theme was very popular. It was a leadership theme that we centered all of our talks and our sessions around. And our 4 governors-elect, again, this year decided to pick a theme. It's a different theme than last year. But at this point, Jeremiah and Rebecca are going to share a bit about this leadership team theme called Fans First. So take it
Okay,
away.
I think we'll start with the video. You have that. Yep, there we go.
Huh?
Or I could just talk about it.
Well, I think
Are you-
the video is going to come on in a minute.
Okay. There we go.
Historic Grayson Stadium will soon have a new team.
Savannah
Bananas.
That's right.
We sold our house, emptied our savings account.
The folks from the city just said, hey, here are the keys, good luck.
We were not selling tickets. We weren't selling sponsorship.
And I'm thinking, like, what have we gotten ourselves into?
We gotta let these people know we're not like every other baseball team. We have to go all in.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your hands together.
One amateur baseball team down south is taking the sport by storm.
Better than any sporting event I've ever been to. Here in Savannah, we've got the #1 place to come to and watch baseball. And you don't even need to like baseball, you can have a blast here.
Every single game, well, it's been a sellout.
On a mission to make baseball cool again.
Plus, the winning record doesn't hurt either.
For the second straight summer, the Savannah Bananas are Coastal Plain League champions.
When we first got here, it was just 4 of us full-time.
We've been able to gain the trust of Savannah and show that we're here to have fun.
I didn't expect anything like this, and I don't think Savannah expected anything like this.
Our first game in history, and it just started pouring. And I looked up and not one fan had left the stadium.
Everything was so entertaining, so fan-focused, so family-focused.
They've made Savannah go bananas for the team.
I've never seen anything like this in baseball and sports, and we're having the time of our life. It's very fortunate and appreciative of the support from Savannah. This is our home. This is everything for us right here.
The original 6 team members that started in Savannah in 2016. Jesse and Emily Cole, Jared Orton, Maureen Notzinger, Patrick Bryany, and Barry Aldridge.
Kevin, you can pause it now and go back to the slides.
Okay, well, best laid plans of Rotarians and men. The video, we know it didn't come through, but that's okay. So the idea here is show of hands. Who's heard of the Savannah Bananas? Anybody?
Yeah.
Everybody awake? Okay, great. So the idea that we had here is the Jesse Cole, who created the Savannah Bananas, wrote a book called Fans First. And it centers on cultivating a fan-obsessed culture even if it's at the expense of profit, and treating each customer engagement as a chance to deliver a pleasing experience that surpasses typical service levels. So for Rotary, this means prioritizing member experience over traditional protocols. So anybody that's been in Rotary for a long time knows that there's a lot of rules in Rotary and procedures and guidelines, and those are all important. But if you pay close attention, Rotary International has worked hard to make to loosen the guidelines and give clubs flexibility to go out and grow in unique ways. And that's a lot of what the action plan is based on. So the leadership theme Fans First has what we call the 5 E's. And the first E is eliminate friction. So try to reduce the things that get in the way of growing your club and doing your work and having fun. And then Rebecca?
The second E is entertain always. So this is about creating those unforgettable, joyful experiences. So thinking about your meetings and projects and making sure that they are vibrant, purposeful, and fun. The third E, Jeremiah will take.
So experiment constantly. So don't be afraid to try new ideas, try new meeting venues, try new meeting times of day. Get feedback from members on what you could be doing outside of the box. If your meetings are boring, how do you make them more interesting?
And then you want to engage deeply. So in Fans First, they're talking about really building those strong connections with fans on a personal level. When you call the Savannah Bananas with an issue with your ticket or even to purchase tickets, you're getting a voicemail message that's a personalized song. For Rotary, we're thinking about those deeper relationships within your club so that your members move from simply attending to truly belonging. And then also thinking about your relationship within your community. So intentional, impactful service opportunities.
And then finally, empower to action. So, in the Fans First book, he talks about giving fans and players a role in the show. So if you ever seen video clips, go on to YouTube and watch video clips of the games. There's a lot of participation from the audience. So our concept here is that you're getting your members more engaged by giving them leadership roles within the club, getting them to be chairs of committees, and empowering them to come up with new projects and new ideas.
So more to come on that at Liberty Pels in February. Thank you, Jeremiah and Rebecca, for that introduction. So now maybe you know why we lots of us are wearing Phillies hats tonight. And I suspect at Liberty Pels there might be a little bit more baseball themes, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. So the other thing we wanted to talk about tonight is Rotary's action plan. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Rotary's action plan, but it will be the focus of what we do at Liberty Pels this year. Now, there are 4 major priorities in Rotary's action plan, and the Rotary's action plan was developed about 5 years ago as Rotary's strategic plan, and it is here to stay. Actually, I was just on a call this morning about with a number of action plan champions across the world, and the leader of the strategic planning committee at Rotary International said that they had just met with the next 3 Rotary presidents, and they're all in line. So this is going to be around for quite a while, and hopefully for a very, very long time, because it makes a lot of sense. When we look at clubs that are growing, they are using these priorities to help them grow. So what are the 4 priorities? The first one is increase our impact. The second is expand our reach. The third is enhance participant engagement. And the fourth one is increase our ability to adapt. So we're going to have each of our 4 district governors-elect talk a little bit about what are some of the ideas that clubs could use in each of these 4 priorities. So we're going to start off with Bill Mercantini to talk a little bit about increasing our impact. So Bill?
Okay, so folks, listen, impact, all right? You have to, as leaders, educate your members. That's key. Educate them on the action plan. Explain to them the 4 parts, impact. Oh, and that's what I'm doing. All right. Then you got to remember that there is a big importance of these impacts. All you have to do is look at polio. Somebody came up with this idea back in the 70s to eliminate it. And look how far we've come in just 30 years. We've basically wiped it off the face of the earth. That is major impact. We can do it. Rotarians have a passion to get things done. All right. But that's on a worldwide scale. But you can do the same thing. You can do it in your communities. And the first way to do it is by conducting a community assessment to see the needs. You can talk to other clubs in your town. Do not be afraid of outreach. Talk to the Kiwanis. Talk to the Knights of Columbus. Talk to your Elks Clubs. Talk to your VFWs. See where Rotary can help in ways that we can impact a better way of life. Focus those efforts, which is very important. Focus your club efforts on an impact type of schedule. And don't forget, listen, this is very important. Work with your members to donate to your foundation. if you donate to the foundation, even if it's $5, right? It all comes back to those clubs within 3 years. That's where the grant money comes from, so that the clubs can have an impact on the things that are important to you, your club members, your community, right? I'm not saying go out and work the next town, the next state, your town. Focus on what you can do in your town. And believe me, you're paying stuff forward and it will grow. And people say, wow, look what Rotary's doing. Look what Rotary's doing. And you'll be surprised what that can do. And then the most important thing is to build those effective partnerships. Like in Bordentown, one of the things that we did was we worked with the Elks Club and we provided electrical bicycles for the local police department so that they could have a bigger presence on the streets, a down-to-earth grassroots presence where people can see a single cop riding around on a bike. You know, some people might be afraid of a cop, but if you see him riding a bike, you know, and he's talking to people, they might be a little more energetic to go up and say, hey, I need some help, or, you know, it's just a way of building effective partnerships, helping and making the club be more energetic and vibrant, and people see that, and that's what impact is all about. Show that you're there to help. And that's basically what impact, in my opinion, is all about when it comes to the action plan.
Okay, thanks, Bill. And Carol, can you talk a little bit about reach?
Reach. Okay, I'm reaching for you. We're reaching out. We're expanding our reach. When more people are involved with Rotary as members, participants, or partners, we have more capacity to make and change the world. So it is our responsibility to set our goals, to collaborate with new groups in our community. So we have to go out as Bill was saying, impact. We impact our community. We're going out to our community and say, what are some things that are in the community that we can be involved with or we can help? All right. So we want to expand our reach to the rest of the community and possibly to other clubs, other districts. That's why we get together in PELS with 4 different districts, because we are like-minded individuals that want to expand our reach. I would never know who Jeremiah was if I wasn't involved in all this. So it's great to expand your reach. Assess your club to make it more diverse and attractive. We have one club in our district that's trying to make a second club because they want to make it more attractive to another type of individual. You know, clubs are all different things, and we'll get into all that later. Consider creating new experiences to attract other groups. So something that Bill brought up about Lions Club, the Lions, or some of the other your community business center. You can find out who needs your help, and we should help everybody in our community. All right. The big thing about Rotary, which I learned going to GELS, which is the governor-elect training, I learned that stories is all about Rotary. We should be telling our stories. Tell your club members have their stories, you have your stories, and our projects tell another story. So don't be afraid to talk to somebody and say, this is what we did. This is how we did it. You know, this will make a great project. And each of you, it's communication and reaching out to each other. Grab each other's hands, and we'll talk more as time goes on.
Thanks, Carol.
You're welcome.
And engagement. So Jeremiah?
So when we talk about enhancing participant engagement, there's a few ways to do that. There's 2 members of a club in Allentown West in District 7430, Gary and Gwen, and they came out to our club and conducted a survey where we asked all of our members on a scale of 1 to 5 different things about our club. You know, do we have enough social engagement? Do we have enough service projects? Are the service projects impactful? And by doing that survey, we collected them, we built out a spreadsheet, and we realized there were some deficiencies. So now our club is going to be putting on more happy hours and social experiences. So ask your members what they want from the experience, and then try to deliver what they want to them to bring value. And the hardest and most important thing sometimes is asking for new ideas and being willing to say yes. And we have a speaker hopefully coming to our February PELS training that will PELS training learning seminar to talk about eliminating the word but from your vocabulary. And that's just BUT. Eliminate but and bring in the word and. So when a member comes up with an idea, be willing to engage and work through that idea and see if it would make sense for your club. And then finally, try to help your members develop leadership skills. You know, in our district, combined with the neighboring district, we're having an action zone seminar this Saturday, where members can come out and learn about the action plan and how to implement it in their club. And that's not just the presidents of the club, that's any member of the club that wants to learn more and develop leadership skills. There's a ton of opportunities within Rotary, whether it's in the Learning Center or in person, to develop and have personal development along with service.
Well, thank you, Jeremiah. And then finally, increasing our ability to adapt. Rebecca, can you share a little?
Yeah, so Rotary defines this ability to adapt as exploring new opportunities through innovation, evidence, and educated risks in the effort to make us more efficient, representative, flexible, and effective. So what does this look like at the club level? It means that innovation can come from brainstorming sessions about fundraisers, meetings, your club culture, and your evidence can be formal or informal. So think about surveying your members, what is working for them, what can be improved. Take a look at your social media as a more informal look. What posts are the most active? How is your community engaged with what you're doing? And use these evidences as education when you try new ideas. So if environmental service projects are what's gaining the most community attention for your club, maybe think about holding a brainstorming session on how you can build on that environmental service. And as Jeremiah said, think yes and. Then take the editing pen to what you've come up with. So if your yes ands maybe included a trip abroad and you can't do that now, how can you reformulate and calculate what you can do? And a big takeaway that we want to share is to not fear failure, right? So a failed event often has many lessons to learn from. So the failure is really a success. Find the successes and identify ways you can improve on what didn't work. Establishing a continuity plan for leadership is also helpful in our ability to adapt, because that clear plan forward with club leadership offers you security when you're looking at where your future is taking you. So we're excited to continue the conversation.
Well, thank you, Rebecca. So that just gives you a little bit of a taste for Rotary's action plan, and a lot more will come, especially at Liberty PELS. We're going to have a number of facilitated sessions where each of you can work on developing ideas that will actually help your club with these 4 priorities. So next, I'm going to ask Carol to talk to you a little bit about Learning Center courses. We're going to be asking each of you, whether you're a president-elect or an assistant governor, to complete several Learning Center courses in the Rotary International website in preparation for some of these learning seminars. So Carol?
Okay, thank you, Herb. Okay, hi everyone. This is the Learning Center courses that we are asking you to take for the president-elect's training. That's interesting. Okay. I don't know how many of you have ever gone on to Rotary.org. I know before I became president, I did not. So this was my first opportunity to go into Rotary.org. Once you sign into Rotary.org, there's a section called Knowledge and Resources. That's the area we're asking you to go to. Knowledge and Resources. Under Knowledge and Resources, it asks if there are different levels of classes. Of course, there's governor-elect classes, and then there's president-elect classes. So we ask you to go to what they call the president. It's written here as phase 1, but there's President Essentials 1 and President Essentials 2. So the President Essentials 1, we're asking you to complete by January 28th. And in that section, the most important things that you should focus in on is the getting ready, the being the club president, managing your business, or the club business in this sense, Rotary's action plan and you, which is what we've been discussing here, and we're going to keep discussing and discussing and discussing every year. So you can guarantee that's a big part of Rotary. And then, of course, Rotary Foundation basics. Rotary Foundation is extremely important to all of us because you may not be able to get those large projects done if you did not have the foundation to back you up. So this is a great way for you to learn about the foundation and in a greater detail. All right. And we ask again that to be done by January 28th for our next training. The second, or Essentials 2, is to complete by Liberty Pels February 26th. Somebody's asking if I can slow down. I thought it was going pretty slow, but that's okay. To complete by February 26, 2026, when we have our in-person session, is your club healthy? Let's try to create your own action plan and let's determine if your club is healthy. But there's a session to tell you and guide you through that. The Vibrant Clubs in Action. All right, that's another section. Rotary Club Central Resources, and then Rotary's Change Model. So the Rotary Club Central Resources is a place for you to go and learn about those central resources. There's one more section that we did not list here, and that's your club goals. So there's a whole goal section that we're going to be doing in March. And that's really important too, because that will help guide the district as well as yourselves as to what is it that you expect to do. Okay, so these are what we expect primarily for January 28th and February 26th. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask any one of the four of us. You will have time with your district governor-elect and to decide what it is, whatever the questions you have. So it will only it's a short time to go through these, and I highly recommend, and we would like you to make sure you have done this. Make sure you've done this because it's going to help you in the long run and help your club. Okay, next slide. Now, this is the Learning Center courses for assistant governors. Just as I said that you go into Rotary.org, go to Knowledge and Resources, and go to the Learning Center, and you'll see the section that asks about the AGs. That is geared up for the AGs. So the AGs must be listed with Rotary International that you are an AG, because that will be the only way you'll be able to get in. So let's make sure that happens before you try to attempt to do your training. Again, it's get ready AGs, support your club, how to support the clubs. So there's a lot of expectations that they expect as an AG to go out and sit with your clubs, go to clubs, meet with your meet with the clubs and assist your clubs. Rotary's action plan, again, this is, as I said, we're doing it for our clubs, we're doing it for the district, we're doing it for the action plan goes all the way from the bottom to the top. So, and Rotary Foundation Basics, exactly the same thing. Okay, so by February 26th, maximizing governor visits. When we're talking about governor visits, we're talking about assistant governor visits, your visits. So maximize your visits as best you can. The other thing we're talking about is starting new clubs. It's a big thing that's going on. There's an easy way to do it. And hopefully you'll be on one of those conversations. If not, we can help you. Your AG will help you, and your president and your governor elects will help you in starting the new clubs and what you need to do. Nurturing new clubs and Rotary Club Central Resources. These are what we ask of you to do your homework. We've done some of our homework and we ask you to do your homework. So please do what you can. It shouldn't take you more than an hour or two to go through these things, and you'll be great. This way you'll feel much more comfortable, much more relaxed about what you're going to be doing in your positions. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Carol. There were several questions in there about can we provide more details on this? And I saw Jeremiah answering some questions in the chat. Don't worry about that. We will be sending out information to you about these classes and how to log into Rotary.org and all that, hopefully in the next week or so. Our goal is that we will, we'll have a phase 1 between now and the end of January, and then a phase 2 in February before Liberty Pels. And again, the purpose of this is to prepare you for when we're doing our learning sessions. So we really hope we hope you can do that as well. There's one other thing I'm not sure we mentioned, so I want to mention this before we split off into our districts. The way we're going to do questions is we're gonna split you off into your 4 districts, and then you can talk with your governor-elect and hopefully he or she can answer any question that you might have. But what I do want to say is when we do our Liberty Pels, if you are a first-time president, you will likely be in facilitated sessions with first-time presidents. If you are an encore president, if you are a president maybe who's done this more than once, we understand that the situation might be a little bit different. We will have you in facilitated sessions with encore presidents. And of course, if you're an assistant governor, we're going to have you in with the assistant governor sessions. And I don't know if you were here last year, we did do facilitated sessions. They were rather large. Our intent this year is to make them small. So our facilitated sessions, which will be a key part of Liberty Pels, the plan is to have between 12 and 18 people in the room when you're doing that. So with that, I'm going to ask Kevin or Renee to split us off into our 4 districts. And then if you have any questions that you'd like answered, you can talk to your district governors and answer the questions. So thank you very much for your attention, and we will see you. I will see you again on January 28th. Thank you.
Really quick before we open up the breakout rooms, if you get sent to the wrong district, please come back to the main room and we will adjust you accordingly. Everybody should have been uploaded to their proper district. With so many people on, almost 100 people on, it is possible that we've missed 1 or 2. So we are going to send you to your breakout rooms now. Please be patient. And again, if you've gotten to the wrong district, please just come back to the main room and we'll plan accordingly.
Breakout rooms should be open now. You should. Did it send you? Is it sending you?
No.
Oh my gosh. It unassigned everybody. Okay, hang on.
Luckily, we are district governors that are not too verbose, so we're ahead of schedule. So we've got time to kill.
Oh, we got time.
So, quick question, Renee or Kevin, how long will it take you to reset the breakout rooms?
I think what I'm going to do is because it just took me 40 minutes to get everybody in there, so I'm not going to try to do that again. What I'm going to do is change it so that people can choose their own room. So just give me 1 second to figure out how to change that setting. And let's see here. Apologies for the delay. I had I had everybody in the right room.
That's a shame.
Kevin, do you? I saw it before. Plan settings. All right.
All right, so if this is gonna take a few minutes, if anybody has any questions right now, can you, you can raise your virtual hand, and, we'll be happy to try to answer your questions.
Actually, I just got it here. So
Okay.
let's see. They are all open, so I'm hoping you should be able to choose your room if you have it down at the bottom, and I see people going out, so that must be working.
So as long as our governors, do they see it? Yes.